And just before leaving for the Middle East, President Bush signed the first major national gun control law in more than 13 years, designed to stop people with serious mental illness from buying guns. The bill had been floundering for years, but was recently revived after one of this country's deadliest massacres. Here's ABC's John Cochran now.
If the new law had been in effect last April, it might have prevented the Virginia Tech shooter from buying a gun from this store.
The Virginia Tech killer should have been stopped at the gun store. He was a prohibited purchaser. He'd been found a danger to himself or others because of mental illness.
Even before the Virginia Tech tragedy, federal law required states to put into an FBI database the names of people declared mentally ill by a court. The trouble was, too many states simply did not do it. Some claimed they could not afford to. So the new law provides money from Washington. But it took years for support to build, even though the law had the backing of the National Rifle Association.
We've tried to get this done in federal legislation since the mid-90s, but it was opposed by the mental health lobbies. They felt it was unfair to stigmatize that person and put him into the federal system.
Veterans groups also worried that military personnel could be singled out if they had been treated for combat-related stress. Then came Virginia Tech. Nationwide shock and revulsion overcame all opposition. Relatives of the victims campaigned hard for passage, including Mary Reed's parents. Congress passed it unanimously.
Basically, our reaction was, thank God, this is something we've been praying for.
There is a loophole in the new law. While it does cover all sales at licensed gun stores like this one, it does not apply to all sales at gun shows, where unlicensed vendors are not required to run background checks. Some in Congress will try to pass additional legislation this year to get rid of that loophole, making it harder for the mentally ill to buy guns anywhere. John Cochran, ABC News, Chantilly, Virginia.
And still ahead here on World News this Saturday.